Well, we gonna segue off into the next topic. Uh, so we have Martin Bakole, man. He stepped up to the plate to fight Joseph Parker at the last minute. Another Turkey LSC failure. Um, he just ruined their fighters, and he stepped up to the plate and he got knocked out in the second round. So, Coach, if you saw the fight, what do you think about that matchmaking? What do you think about the fight? And is Martin Bakole ruined? Because he's supposed to fight Hifat Jabbar in May. So,
Mm.
uh, let me know something.
Uh, is Bakole ruined? I would say mentally, no, but physically, he's if he chooses to go forward with the Hefe and Jagway fight, in a few months, then he's starting to risk, physical abilities. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I think this is poor judgment on Martin Bakole and his team. You shouldn't accept this fight. You should have took the time to just chill out, ride the wave, do what you got to do to prepare for the Hefe and Jagway fight, and just simply let boxing be boxing. I get it. You see Turkey, you see money, you see a chance to go in there and get in there and do something, great in a short amount of time by going in there and possibly defeating Joseph Parker, which went completely opposite on Martin Bacole's behalf. It went complete opposite. He got in there with somebody who knew what he was doing. The last time out, we seen Bacole in there with Baby Anderson, and he kind of had his way. Pause. No freak is in full effect at this point. He kind of had his way with Baby Anderson, and he got in there. He was riding that high wave, and he got in there with somebody who actually knew what he was doing. Parker knew to take the fight on the inside, as K-Po had mentioned. You got to give my boy his credit. You know what I'm saying? He simply said that when I sent him a short clip of the Anderson versus Bacole fight. He said Anderson should have been fighting on the inside. Bacole can't fight on the inside. And Lord and behold, Bacole's next fight, granted, he took it on short terms, but at the same time, Parker knew what to do. He got on the inside, caught him slipping, and it was night night. You know what I'm saying? So I would say Bacole's still good mentally, but physically, he's about to start taking some punishment if he chooses to go through with this Hefe and Jagway fight. And we know he gonna take the fight. So again, he's about to take unnecessary additional punishment. That the sport of boxing already. When you box, you just can't do nothing about the punishment. It's a double-edged sword. When you get in there, you risking a lot. We risking a lot. R.I.P. to the young man that just died. Not too long ago in the ring, he was giving it his all. He did his thing. He took an L, but he also died. So R.I.P. to him. These fighters get in there, they risk a lot. It's not a game to be played, and this is another thing we try to point out about Turkey Al-Sheikh. You playing with fathers, uncles, sons, grandpas, not grandpas, excuse me, fathers, sons, uncles, nephews, cousins. You playing with people's lives out here. Be serious and get up under the wing of somebody who really know what they're doing. Take your time, coach. Ease yourself in. Learn something. Don't just be throwing money at these young men, older men, whatever, however you want to see them. Don't just be throwing money out there because you got the money. Because at the end of the day, somebody get in there and lose their life. What can no amount of money that you have can replace a life being lost. So pay attention to what you're doing, man. Pay attention to what you're doing. Take care of your fighters. Don't just put them in there and say, "Hey, I got this to offer you," and think that's the end all be all.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, one thing people gotta understand: boxing is a sport. It's very gruesome on the body. We're not made to be punched in our head, and you need that recovery time. But what Turkey on the Sheik has is fighters at his mercy, because boxing is a poor man's sport.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is a lot of fighters, yeah, you may see them on TV, but that don't mean they necessarily got a lot of money. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? After they pay, let's say they get $1 million, after they pay their promoter, pay, their coach, pay the sparring partners, pay this, pay that, and then they got to pay taxes. They may go home with a couple 100,000. That's nothing. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So, you know, I don't want I don't want fighters to feel pressured to have to go to Turkey or the Sheik. Your health is everything. I'm not sitting here condemning any fighter that go over there. It lets me know who you are as a man. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mm-hmm.
you're selling your soul for $1. But you know, when it comes to this boxing thing, it's real serious. Like I take this sport real seriously. Coach takes this sport real seriously. We're not sitting here saying this because we hate Turkey Al Sheik. You know, we sitting here saying this because we are in this sport. We've competed. He's coached in it. He's also, you know, went down that journey of, you know, aiming towards competing as well. So he know what it's like. And I'm talking about coach. He knows what it's like as far as the taxing on the body, you know, and the stuff fighters got to deal with. Like fighters got real life issues that go on as well. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just a lot that goes into it, and I just want the fighters to start looking after the fighters. I get it. He throwing money out. You may need the money, but that's kind of like a prostitute. You know, a lot of these women are dudes. You know, it's 2025. Go kill 1,000. They out here selling themselves, you know, because they know, hey, I could get a quick buck. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, just like dudes who sell dope, you know, it's a quick dollar. But is that the right thing, though? You know what I mean? That's just what it is. Is that quick dollar the right thing? You know? So I just want fighters to start thinking about that. You know, but Joseph Parker to get back on the fight, uh, Bakole can't fight on the inside, so he stayed on the inside, and he was able to clip Bakole on the top of his head, knock his equilibrium off, and that was it. The boy went down. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't think Bakole is damaged goods, but I do think his mental, he could be second guessing himself because he's going into a fight with a puncher and Hefe Jagba. You know what I mean? That boy's strong. He from Africa too. He from Nigeria. One thing about them Nigerians, they strong. You know what I'm saying? I know Bakole from the Congo, whatever, that's cool. But Bakole from Nigeria, them boys strong. They not matter, they not strong, they strong. With they strong. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he and I met Hefe Jabba. You know, I mentioned this on my channel. That man, pause. That's a big dude, bro. I shook his hand. His whole hand covered my hand. And let you know something right there. You know what I'm
Oh man.
saying? So all I said is, if I'm Bakole, hey man, look, probably talk to Turk and be like, hey, I'll fight Hefe Jabba, but let's push it back to July or maybe August. You know, they give you the time to kind of mentally recover because you got knocked out. That's not nothing that a fighter can easily come back from. You got to be a different type of fighter. And I don't think Bakole is that far for his career yet to have that mental toughness to get over that and with a quick turnaround. So, you know, hopefully they hear this and, you know, they make the right decision.